Blackout is pay to win. This is the one statement I've seen going around social media revolving Call of Duty in the past 24 hours more than anything else. On Twitter, on Reddit, on YouTube, on Instagram, anywhere that Call of Duty is, the statement that Blackout is pay to win now has been going around like wildfire. And today I wanted to address that statement, talk about why people are saying it, and then diving in even deeper and looking at whether or not it's actually true. And this is one of the more interesting things I think we've talked about, because up until this point we've kind of seen multiplayer kind of turn more and more into a pay-to-win system with the launch of reserves and how you can only get certain weapons and some of the best weapons in multiplayer through these reserves. On top of that, the reserve system only hosting duplicates, stickers, and a bunch of things you don't really want and have a very slim chance of getting the actual weapons. People have kind of just accepted the fact that that is how multiplayer has grown so far. However, Blackout is like the prodigal son of Call of Duty this year, where in no way has it been called pay to win or you have an advantage until yesterday. So what happened yesterday? Yesterday there was a rather big update for Blackout, and one of the things that were added was called Blackjack Stashes. And as you can see here, what these stashes are very similar to stashes that were previously in Blackout. However, the only thing in these stashes are DLC weapons. And it would be one thing if every single player could find these and get whatever DLC weapons they wanted, but that is not the case. You can only get the DLC weapons that you have previously got through reserves or the contraband stream. In other words, only the weapons that you have previously bought or been lucky enough to receive through the Black Ops 4 slot machine. So the question is why is this a big deal? So there's a couple of reasons. First of all, two of the weapons that are available through the Blackjack Stash are the Peacekeeper and the Vendetta. These weapons are not balanced at all in Blackout. As you're going to see throughout the gameplay in this video, the Vendetta is insane, like stupidly good, like game-breaking good, and the Peacekeeper is probably the best assault rifle available in Blackout. Now, to start things off with the Vendetta, the reason why it is so good is because it is a one-shot headshot to the head, and it doesn't have a fire rate cap. You can shoot this thing as fast as you want and it won't slow down. You just got to keep pulling that trigger, and it's a one-shot kill to the head, 3-shot kill to the body. It is a 2-shot kill to the head if they're wearing level 3 armor. It is by far the best sniper rifle in the game because on top of these stats that we just talked about, there is essentially 0 recoil. Plus you can put grip 1 and grip 2 on it, and then it literally does have 0 recoil. Then there is the Peacekeeper, and in my opinion, the Peacekeeper is just the best well-rounded weapon in Blackout. It has almost no recoil, very similar to the ICR. However, its fire rate is 700 RPM, which is just 22 slower than the Maddox. However, the range is infinitely better than the Maddox. So this is just such a good weapon, no matter whether you are picking someone off across the map or 3 enemies are rushing you all at once. It can operate like an SMG because of that fast fire rate. The point I'm getting across here is that two of the best weapons in Blackout, if not the best weapons in Blackout, are received through the Blackjack Stash, and one of these weapons at least is only earnable through reserves. So you start to see really why people are saying that this is pay to win. The best weapons currently in Blackout are only available if you've gotten lucky enough to get them through reserves, spent a ton of money on them. So there is a reason why this pay to win name is getting placed on Blackout. Now, the one thing that does make it a little bit better is the fact that these are only available in LTM. So Alcatraz Portal Quads and Hot Pursuit that are currently in the game. Now, will these make their way into solos, duos, and quads? It is very possible, but as of right now, they are not there. Now, I also wanted to dive in and give you my personal opinion on this, because I think there's two ways that I look at this that make it very confusing. First of all, from just the overall Blackout game. Up until this point, every single DLC weapon that has been added into Black Ops 4 has just been placed as a normal weapon in Blackout. In other words, you can find them on the ground, you can find them in stashes, and everyone who plays the game can get lucky enough to find those within Blackout. It has been that way for the SWAT, it has been that way for the Daemon, it has been that way for every single DLC weapon until this update. So a lot of us assumed that even though that these were in reserves, we would still be able to actually find these weapons on the ground once they were implemented in Blackout. As we're seeing here, that is currently not the case. And I think a lot of people find that relatively frustrating, but not a big deal. I think the second reason is a much better reason to be upset with what they're implementing here. And it's, for lack of a better way of explaining it, it's because it fucks with the model of a battle royale. And what I mean by that is any battle royale, whether you're playing Fortnite, Apex Legends, Blackout, or any battle royale that's ever existed, the basic premise is everyone drops in or begins the game on the exact same playing field with no items whatsoever. And there are two ways you can rise to the top and become number one in that lobby. You can get lucky and find a bunch of amazing items, or you can use your skill to, even if you have bad items, outwit and outplay players to become even better. This new system that they have implemented with the Blackjack Stashes now gives the best weapons in Blackout to the players who have either gotten lucky, spent a lot of money, and it takes that RNG factor and even some of the skill factor out of the game. Now, there is an argument to be made where you can kill someone using these weapons and take them off of them. That's nice and all, but still, it definitely gives an advantage to those players who have gotten lucky enough or spent enough to have these god tier weapons. If you don't already think that this is a little bit suspicious, here's another clip from a streamer named Sparrows, and he is using the Locus in Blackout. I don't have this weapon, so I don't have any gameplay of it, but pay attention to what he says because, we'll come back to it.
200 damage in one shot. It's a one-shot headshot, 200 health, Bob.
So the guy he shot there had level 3 armor with 200 health. There is no other weapon, sniper, anything in the game that if you get a headshot and the person has a trauma and level 3 that will get a one-shot kill. Not even the Paladin. The Paladin is still a 2-shot kill to the head with 200 health and level 3 armor. This is the strongest sniper in Blackout, and it is only available through reserves. Now, I think from everything we've seen here, I think most of us can agree that the best weapons currently in Blackout are all of them that are available through the Blackjack Stash. Ones that are only available if you can complete the contraband streams or if you've gotten the weapons through reserves. So this shit tier system, this system of reserves, has now not only become a part of multiplayer and people trying to get weapons there, but they have now implemented it in Blackout as well. Now, whether these are here to stay, whether they're just a limited time thing, or whether they're going to make their ways into solos, duos, or quads, I don't know, but I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like that they're implementing that reserve system into Blackout. And just a straight up problem I have with it is I spend a lot of time playing Call of Duty. I like to think that I'm pretty good at the game. However, anyone who buys this game today or tomorrow can now go ahead and spend thousands and thousands of dollars on reserves and immediately have an advantage over me because I don't have the S6 Stingray. I don't have the Locus because I refuse to spend money on these reserves. And I think that is pretty unfair, especially in a game mode like Blackout that relies so heavily on RNG, that relies so heavily on skill in your map position. Now, you can just get an advantage by spending money. Is it pay to win? Yes. Is it making the entire thing pay to win? Not quite, because like I said, it's not currently in solos, duos, or quads, but knowing Treyarch, I bet you they're moving into that direction, and it really does scare me, because my favorite thing to currently play within Black Ops 4 is Blackout. Now, to finish things off, I wanted to get into the really ridiculous part of this. First of all, the only battle royale to currently have any sort of system like this that gives players a pay-to-win advantage is Blackout. One of the few games that is a battle royale that you actually have to buy for $60. These free-to-play games, like Apex, like Fortnite, don't have these systems, yet they were 100% free. I don't know what Activision is thinking there. I don't know what Treyarch is thinking there, but it's incredibly frustrating to see, and I hope they take a step back and look at what they're doing and go, okay, we got to reevaluate what we're doing. The other problem is the actual reserve system itself. myself. Yesterday, I completed the new contracts, played the game for a decent amount, and earned 14 reserves yesterday. The video you are currently watching as of right now is me opening those 14 reserves, and 10 out of the 14 items that I opened were duplicates. That is ridiculous. That is unacceptable. That is a waste of my goddamn time. And even though the contract system they introduced yesterday I think is awesome, I'm still just spending my time to get shitty stickers and duplicates like there's no tomorrow. And someone said it yesterday, I think it was on Reddit. They said that the reserves that you earn from your contracts should be duplicate protected. I like that system. Now, before I end this video, I'd like you to just close your eyes for a second. And one of the things that I have said throughout this entire game is every time they put something good into the game, it is overshadowed by some shitty implementation of microtransactions within the game. Now, while your eyes are closed, I want you to imagine yesterday's update comes out, and instead of this Blackjack Stash system that they have implemented, instead, everyone who plays Blackout can find all of these DLC weapons just laying on the ground. Find them. The same system that they have implemented the entire time Blackout has been released. Wouldn't that be nice? Well, that didn't happen. And will it happen? At this point, I don't really know. And that is, I think, why a lot of people are frustrated. But guys, I hope I could get my point across in this short video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button. And I'm really curious what you guys think. So please let me know what you think down in the comments below. And as always, if you're new to the channel, like what you see here and want to stay up to date on all my videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn notifications on. And as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, peace out.
Listen.